Here's your tarot reading from the garden for October 1st, or whatever day this reading happens to find you. The deck we're using today is called the Science Tarot, and I invite you to think of this like an encounter in a dream. Tarot cards, I often describe them as a waking dream, where the symbols and the themes and the ideas that are presented can offer metaphors to our wise and creative subconscious for how we might go through our days, how we might make meaning of our lives. And for today's cards, we have the Seven of Scalpels or Swords, Chaos Theory, the Three of Bunsen Burners or Wands, Collision, and the Two of Beakers or Cups, Alliance. So these cards tell an interesting story, beginning with the Alliance card. So we are considering two aspects of our lives. It could be another person and ourselves. It could be like a relationship. But two things that are bonded in some way, where there's a feedback loop between them. And then you'll see the Three of Wands has this point, right, that is beginning to happen in between. And it's the collision between these two galaxies is creating this energetic output that is brilliant and intense. So we have this interaction that's happening. It could be an attraction. It could be like an oppositional thing. But whatever's happening here, there is a field, a matrix between these two things that is generating some insane amount of energy. And that takes us to the Chaos Theory card, which is a card where we are looking at how things are set into motion that can spin off into all kinds of unpredictable places. So these cards have us noticing maybe something unexpected, something that might feel chaotic or outside of our control or almost inexplicable that is unfolding, that is the kind of unintentional or unexpected product of some kind of relationship or interaction in our life. So with these cards, it feels like the story that it feels like they're telling is, let's say, for example, the two elements represented by the Two of Cups that are in relationship with each other. So here is an example, just a story, and this one is about relationship, but it doesn't these cards don't necessarily have to describe a relationship. But it could be a situation, let's say the Two of Cups is describing a time or a place where we interacted and felt a strong connection with another person, let's say a friendship. And at first there was a very intense interest with one another, or a shared project or something like that. And then the Chaos Theory card comes in, and it turns out that whatever that shared project is never quite got off the ground, but in the unfolding of that project we met someone else, and the other person actually opened the door for a job opportunity that we had no idea about up until that moment. So these cards have the feeling of some kind of important bond or connection that we had that had a very strong energy, but then that we thought was going in this direction. But instead of heading in this direction and doing the consequential things that come after that, we actually suddenly find ourselves taking a hard left turn and going in a completely different direction that was made possible and accessible by this energetic connection, but was unpredictable at the moment of that initial engagement. Hi, I'm Brooke, tarot reader in nature, and if you have any questions or thoughts about this reading, I'd love to hear from you.